Good evening, race fans. Welcome into the World Center of Racing as we kick off Season 8 of the Light Speed Racing League LSRL here at Daytona for 80 laps with my co-commentator Art. How are we doing tonight?
I'm always happy to be here at a super speedway, especially Daytona. I'm going to be bump drafting today in the Xfinity car here with LSRL.
3 total tire sets for these guys here tonight, a 70% fuel capacity, which is going to roughly get them around 30 laps. Stage break will be at lap 25 tonight. 0 fast repairs as always, and 2 green-white checkers if need be. Last season didn't really need a whole lot of them, but they're there just in case. But always glad to be back. Season 8 kicking off. Jonathan Schwartz, Season 7 champion, going to look to redeem his title, go back-to-back. But he's going to have a whole host of others, some newcomers, some returning faces trying to beat him out. And let's go ahead and get you right into the on-track action as qualifying is underway.
Schwartz was fastest in practice, not necessarily the biggest tale of who will be good here, but still nice to do.
Absolutely. Obviously, it's going to be a lot different. Single car qualifying, drafting times in practice. So we'll see who's got the pace over 1 lap. They got 2 laps to settle it, but usually your first lap is quickest. Eric Shields, a returning member. Michael McElroy, you know him as the owner of ARS. He's making his LSRL debut. Anthony Giuliano, league owner of LSRL, out for his lap. Got a couple of new faces. Mikkel Turkin, he was in the LSRL versus ARS special event a couple of weeks ago, making his Xfinity Series debut. And a handful of others that have yet to set out on their first lap of the season. Ryan, I will let you do the crank it up on lap 23. Someone's going to have to remind me, though. Let's see. The first man to set a time lap this season will be Mikkel Turkin in the 35. See what kind of speed he's got going on. You can see there on the bottom of your screen the purple first sector because he is the first man. Eric Shields going a little bit quicker. Corey Blevins quickest through the first part of the lap. Time's coming in hot and heavy, but it will be the 35.
Turkin not glued to the bottom. Is he a second lap qualifier?
50.658 for the 35. Comes Eric Shields across the line. The 27 machine, he will go 50.68. Corey Blevins goes third quickest, 50.69. You can see how close it is already. Michael McElroy crosses line, goes fourth quickest. Next up is Michael Davis, who's going to be setting his time on the second lap. Yes, it is, Ryan. Travis DeLeon crosses the line as well. Anthony Giuliano fourth, but the time to beat is still Mikkel Turkin, who's already coming around to complete his second lap. As we're halfway through this qualifying session, down below the apron for the 35 machine. And on his second lap, 50.60. Eric Shields, we'll see if he can better that. On his second and final lap, crosses the line. Corey Blevins does as well. Do we have a new pole sitter? We do not at the moment. Still a couple more guys getting ready to cross the line. Next up is Michael Davis in the 57. Michael McElroy, top of the board. Here comes Michael Davis. Travis DeLeon goes P2. Michael Davis, P3. Tony Scarbo in the 29 machine, P2, 50.59. Next to cross the line will be Randy Arms, who has time to complete his second lap. Was 10th quickest on his first lap. Justin Johnson, you've seen him on Monday nights as well, coming over to the Tuesday night side of things. He'll cross the line for his first lap. He'll just barely have enough time to get that second one. Has he timed this right? I mean, just barely will cross the line in time. He goes 9th quickest. Anthony Giuliano goes 8th after his second lap. Next to cross the line, though, will be Glenn Murphy Jr. and Randy Arms. They're basically at a statistical tie, each on their respective laps. Let's go on board with the driver of the 8 machine. You can see the steady wheel movements. You can see Glenn Murphy Jr. steady as well. Crosses the line. Randy does the same thing. Can they go? There they go. Second and third quickest. Michael McElroy just has to hold off. Justin Johnson, can he snatch it away from his league mate? Gonna go below the apron here. It's gonna be close on time, but he should get it. And Justin Johnson
pole.
At the death gets pole. 50.50 over Michael McElroy. What a lap. How about it? Justin Johnson, your pole sitter here. Came down to the death right at the fire of the gun. Not a bad effort from these drivers. It was a thrilling qualifying session, watching them come in one at a time.
Oh, so we're having the crank it up be changed to lap 58 for...
Someone's really going to have to remind me. Yeah, but now that we got the grid here, we can take you through some of the new first-time drivers. Already mentioned Mikhail Turkin, Sartaj Mann, Mark Frimpong, Clay Dildine, Dean Clavitt, Max Urek, William Bowman, Ben Thomas, a bunch of first-time names, Zach Aumann, Jared Lindsay came on at the end of last season and made an absolute tear of things. He'll be a championship contender this season, winning the last 3 races in a row. But it is the newcomer on pole, Justin Johnson. And everyone's going to be trying to beat over 80 laps here tonight. Just waiting on a few more drivers to get up here, but 30 entries here tonight for the Daytona 80. Waiting on Pinder, William Bowman to grid up, Mark Frimpong to grid up, and our outside pole sitter, Michael McElroy.
I think one of the hardest things to do here at Daytona would be winning from pole.
Well, McElroy says, if I can't start from pole, I'm going to start from the pits. Chris Pinder are going to do the same thing as well. So all 30 drivers are here and ready to go. Pinder and McElroy are going to kind of hang out at the back. Just trying to avoid any possible chaos that might come their way here at the Super Speedway. As we're getting off, let's take a quick look at the previous race trends over the last 5 races. There were 3 different winners here. An average of 4 cautions a race. Average of the last 5 races, they run about 29.5 laps. So round it up, whichever way you want. And we expect to see some green flag running here this evening. 9 leaders throughout the last 5 races on average. The last lap of the caution is 55, lap 55, so a little bit after halfway. And then throughout the course of the night, we should expect to see on average around 25 lead changes. And those are the race trends here this evening.
Do we want to get into some picks to win?
Absolutely picks to win. We'll see the plane take off in the background, but season opener, crucial to set the tone. We know we have some familiar faces now. We've seen both Monday and Tuesday night. Different style of racing tonight. Go ahead and give me... Give me Sartaj Mann in the 49 machine.
Thinking, someone who came into the playoffs really showed that he was a strong competitor. I'm taking Jared Lindsay, starting 12th, no qualifying lap.
We completely ignored the top 10 here tonight, so we'll see how that comes back to bite us. We got something to prove. So many heavy hitters up front, but pace car makes that hard. Left-hand turn. We are getting ready to go racing here for Season 8 of the LSRL Xfinity Series, and Justin Johnson gets us underway. We are green.
With that 35 machine not moving on that outside line, it's just going to be these top 2 for now.
Pretty even start by both lanes, though, all things considered. No one jumping in the line to make it 3 wide yet. Inside line getting hooked up a little bit quicker, you would say. And Murphy Jr. at the top, not going to have a whole lot of help behind him with Travis DeLeon. Mikkel Turkin and Corey Blevins trying to get organized. But already guys making up spots. Hunter Rupp in the 61 machine. He's up 4 spots, as is Ryan Tiller in the 23 machine. Max Jurecki is as well in the 6. At a turn 4 for the first time, it is side by side for the race lead. Outside line has shown up to the party. And Glenn Murphy Jr. going to lead the first lap here of Season 8.
And the question is, will he get down if he clears?
Got Travis hooked up behind him. He's been a consistent pusher. We've seen him make moves in all late races last season. Someone you want behind you at the late stages. Randy Arms also so good at the style of racing. Right now it's 3 cars hooked up tight on the bottom, 2 up top. Mikkel Turkin trying to get involved there in the mix, but again, so much of what we've seen in LSRL, they pride themselves on this clean style of racing. You can't really see anybody throughout this field really pushing the pusher, forcing the issue 3 wide, but all just kind of content to ride around and just get to at least the stage break, get some stage points under the belts potentially, but no one pushing the issue thus far. Doesn't mean guys aren't moving up the field, though. Max Jurek in the 6. Fastest lap of anybody so far, 48.02. He is up 10 spots already. Jared Lindsay kind of leading the second group, hanging just a little bit off. Just seeing if anything were to happen, any sort of net code. But right now they're being very respectful. Just 2 lines, side by side.
That's what happens when you have 80 laps to go at a 2.5-mile speedway.
But it's good to see, though, the level of respect between these drivers carried over from Season 7 with the new faces. No one being overly aggressive, trying to prove themselves. Justin Johnson, obviously. A lot of these guys race Monday and Tuesday night, so it's good to see. We've had a special event between these 2 leagues, and got some guys coming over back and forth. So good to see, really. It provides a lot of familiar faces and some great racing.
Yeah, and part of what I was talking about in chat was they tend to be pretty selective. They really want the clean driving. Last season, we had an average of like 1 point something cautions. I think it was like 1.7.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wayne Ruprack making some moves, though. He's up 12 spots, so he wants to get to the tail end of the lead pack at least.
I don't know if I'd want to be as far back as Jared. Well, Jared's actually started to close up.
Yeah, everyone is in this main pack, essentially. Really, the only gap, if you can call it that, is 2 car lengths between Wayne Ruprack and Jared Lindsay. And it's not really saying a whole lot. All the way back down to Daniel Hashey in 28th. Separating first from 28th is 2.7 seconds.
Oh, and then our 2 little start from pitters.
Michael McElroy and Chris Pinder, they were strategizing, whatever you want to call it.
They might, be able to save themselves from going a lap down, at least for a while, considering they're hooked up together.
Absolutely. A lap 25 stage break, though, so they should be okay. When we broadcasted the LSR Daytona 500 a couple of months ago, the thing to kind of keep an eye out is just, even though it's so tame right now, it can catch a lot of guys out. They're just so accustomed to running behind the guy in front of them. If we go, just for example, on board here with Mark Frimpong, he's just running in 9th right now, just following Sartaj Man. Just keeping that wheel steady, but if there's a sudden checkup and you've run already at this point 5.5 laps, you kind of just settle in, and it's very easy to get caught out by a sudden checkup, even if you go further back. All the way back to Jared Lindsay, he's leading the second group. Got to be prepared to stomp on the brakes. Guys behind them won't know what's going on.
Kind of surprised by Glenn Murphy Jr. not taking the bottom. Him and Travis were clear to the bottom.
Yeah, they're working well together. It looks like Glenn might get almost caught out in the middle there, but everything works itself out. But now there's a definite second pack forming led by Jared Lindsay, so he is
Scarebo dropping out of Dodge. Maybe he thinks it's a little too spicy right now, a little too spicy with,
We did see a couple of guys, especially on that front stretch, kind of hit the apron in the tri-oval, shake some things up, a little bit of side by side. Close to this early on. No fast repairs, so if you get absolutely right there.
Wayne Rupprat sideways out of 4.
That's something we saw a lot of in the 500. Oh, and there's still guys getting squirrely up at the front. Car on the wall. It is the 19 machine. Clay Dildane. Jonathan Schwartz involved as well. Adam Kilday.
I believe they operate on iRacing cautions, and iRacing did not throw it.
No, they did not. Let's back this up.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Randy manually threw the caution. So.
And Tony Scarbo right now looks like an absolute genius. Let's take a look at what the heck happened here. Guys, we're starting to just get a little squirrely. Let's back this up. With the 19 machine, Clay Dildane, who's going to be in for a rough evening. Actually wrecked behind him, and that actually started ahead of them. Corey Blevins, I believe. With the 35 of Mikhail Turkin. This happened 5th and 6th position. 13 on the apron. Oh, and that is some net code. 13 comes up a little bit. 35 comes down, but there is sizable net code between the two. And then it's all off from there. 13 swerving 35 up into the wall. And these guys all escaped just fine, but really this is what's going to set off this second chain reaction. The 17 machine, Anthony Giuliano involved. And here's the checkup we were talking about.
I was going to say, you just talked about, that unexpected checkup.
Max Jurek, the literal perfect example of just being caught out a little bit. All he sees is Corey Blevins go down to the inside, so he's thinking, all right, we're probably okay here. He's a little bit of a car on the wall, but there's no real warning. And it's going to send the 19 into Anthony Giuliano. And just a chain reaction early on here.
I think that netcode might be a product of, the 266 ping.
And really, these guys are just all slowing down to avoid. Really, it's Max Jurek with the front end damage to the checkup. Giuliano gets turned, but Clay Dildane gets the worst of it. And his night could be over pretty early. No front clip, but we saw last season when Josh Lambert won. Guys doing pretty well at the end of this with no front clip. Max Jurek could be in for a lot of trouble as well. The 17 of Anthony Giuliano might escape disaster, all things considered. No front end damage, but yeah, the whole second half of the field having to check up. So making this wreck seem worse than it was with all the cars scattered, but really it was a 3-car incident. Adam Kilday on pit road. Max Jurek going to have to try and get that front clip fixed. No required, but we expect the worst of it to be Clay Dildine in the 19. We'll see if he's able to get back out on track. Again, that wasn't really anyone's fault. I mean, obviously, Corey Blevins came up a tiny bit. Mikhail Turkin came down a little bit.
But considering there was almost a car's worth of space between them.
Yeah, that should not have happened. I'm surprised 35 didn't come in and pit, because he did get shunted into the wall a little bit. Michael McElroy and Chris Pinder. They'll be able to rejoin the main pack, but we'll see if they even want to after that early wreck. And we'll see if the 19 can get back out before the field comes back around. The only saving grace for Daytona is if you are involved in a wreck, you have plenty of time under yellow to fix it. He'll get another chance at the stage break. If he toughs it out, 15 laps, he has to hang on and get some of that damage fixed. Looks like the 19 crew, though, actually was able to put that front clip on somehow, some way. Can't say the same for Max Jurek, though, so he actually might be in and out the worst of this, but looks like he's going to go a lap down here early on. He'll be the only car lap down. Oh, wait, he's going to try and do the Lightning Queen. Don't know. He's not going to make it. Just barely missed it.
So actually a Lightning McQueen.
Now speed off of pit road and get your lap back.
Absolutely just break the rules. No one's paying attention.
Be a little bit more concerned about that rear end damage as well. Look at the complete middle of it. Caved in tremendously. But he will be the lucky dog at lap 15, but I'd be kind of worried about Max Urek as well falling a lap down with no front clip. So we'll see how that shakes out. But Glenn Murphy Jr. and Travis Daly on your front row. Your pole sitter will be P3 here. Zach Ahman is up 10 spots. Wayne Ruprecht is up 17. William Bowman is up 11. Ben Thomas is up 12.
Your pick to win, running top 5.
I know what I'm talking about sometimes. I'm telling you.
Sometimes.
Lap 11 here. We're going to be getting back to the green flag here on lap 12 of 80. Yeah, but your outside pole sitter in a planned move starting from the pits going to be P28 here. P29, and all 30 cars still on track. Good to see. Props to the 19 machine of Clay Dildine sticking it out. We'll see what kind of progress he can make the rest of the race once he gets that lap back here in a handful of laps or so. Glenn Murphy Jr. leading us down. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn. 48 will enter the Geico restart zone, and we are away. Looks like he got a huge jump there.
He went before the Geico restart zone. This might separate him and his partner, although he's going up for him, it looks like.
Looks like a planned move there, and we'll see if they get back down to the bottom. There is no help on that outside line. No help on the inside line. Justin Johnson, though, is surging to the lead all by himself. We'll see how this reorganizes itself, as that was definitely a scatter restart. This is a top 7 breakaway at the moment. Initial thoughts are to look for Max Urek. He's in the pack. 19 of Clay. Looks like he's up to speed, 184.
Probably benefit heavily if he gets a car right behind him.
Max Urek 185, so it looks like they're good on speed for now. Gonna have to monitor their engine temps as well.
Side by side coming to the stripe though. Glenn Murphy by 0.001 at the line.
Top speed so far tonight, Ryan Tiller at 206 miles an hour. Actually, excuse me, Wayne Ruprecht went 208 at one point. My goodness, he's hauling the mail. And I believe he has the quickest lap time of anybody, which is not surprising. 47.46 for the 71 machine. All things considered, the lines got pretty organized.
Oh, just
as we're saying that, he's going to get put 3 wide. First time tonight, and he is in the sucker hole. He was trying to go up top, pick up the run from the 48 machine. 48 was not having it. He'll get back down in line to the 54 machine of Zach Ahman, letting his teammate in line.
I think that was a bad move. I don't think he meant to really go up that high. Because, I mean, he's got teammates in line. That bottom line, there's 3 of the 4 tri-racial races.
That's actually all 4 right now, so we can see that makes some headway. Sartaj Mayan, Justin Johnson, Zach Ahman, and Mark Frimpong. That is going to be a hard combo to shake up.
Are there 5 of them? Or is it just they list Max Urek twice?
I think they left. Actually, yeah, I did see something about that in the Discord, but 71 there, Wayne Ruprecht, he got a piece of the apron. That's going to shake things up a little bit. Just outside of the top 10 behind him, last season's champion.
I thought Zach was a part of their team, but it's not how it's listed. Might have been a mistake.
They put him on the B team, apparently. Definitely a close alliance nonetheless. Not a bad thing if you're the 49 machine, Sartaj, man. Got teammates behind you.
That.
He's going to actually go pick up the run from the 48. Now he'll get split 3 wide.
Now this top line not playing their games.
Here comes Mark Frimpong. 3x3 for the race lead, potentially.
He was fishtailing there on that little move. That was a dangerous one.
And I can tell you what they're trying to do. They want to be able to lead both lines as the same team. Jonathan Schwartz going to take advantage, and it's getting a little dicey here. Last season's champion said, hey guys, remember me? I'm still here. I still got it. He was sitting outside the top 15 just a couple of laps ago. Now, Tri-Racial Racing does control both leads. 49 up top, 33 on the bottom. Corey Blevins making a move behind them. Wayne Ruprecht up 22 spots. Jonathan Schwartz up 14. Ryan Tiller up 11. Glenn Murphy Jr. back down to 8th. It's all about comers and goers. Who's going to take that run and who's going to
Schwartz is
way to
leading
the
the
front?
outside. I think when Glenn Murphy Jr. gets to the back of Schwartz, they
Frimpong
might
about
try
got
and
into
take
his
that run.
teammate there. A little loose there through the tri-oval.
Yeah, these front four are not. I don't think I'd want to be up this close.
It definitely got really intense here the last couple of laps, but Eric Shields coming to the front, Ryan Tiller as well. Oh, I wonder
Check him on the inside line.
If the 19 blew an engine or something. He's back on pit road. Max Jurek, he's still hanging nicely in the 6. No issues to report from him so far, despite missing the front bumper, but he is hanging on.
That 54 machine rattled the apron a little too much.
We've seen that a couple of times. That's really what you got to watch out for through the tri-oval, is knocking the guy up above you into the outside wall. But things have seemed to stabilize for a moment. And now these guys are trying to get themselves situated for stage points first of the year. Very important. Carry Jonathan Schwartz through most of the playoffs with his alternative strategies. He would stay out, get the stage win, or come in early, pit for tires, blow by everybody. Oh, and that's going to be contact Nathaniel Landwehr. Michael McElroy down to the apron to avoid it. You're going to have to let him up. He's stuck on that apron, but nowhere to get in line just yet. Max Jurek going to be a very nice human being.
Ooh, Frimpong was sideways entering one.
And this is really, we're kind of on knife's edge right now. Just waiting for something to kick off, potentially. A lot of hard racing up front. Guys trying to get in position for stage points.
Ooh, there was contact there between Giuliano and Ruprecht. Netcode not being a fan of those two drivers right now.
They were single file for just a moment, but look how quickly it shakes back out. Zach Amon trying to get back up there with his teammates. He got shuffled out of line. Oh, and Ruprecht, there he goes! Down to the inside wall and through pit entry. It's going to be a black flag. We'll see if it gets cleared, but...
Oh, we're 3 wide for the lead!
Sartaj Man, Mark Frimpong, Justin Johnson, 3 of the Tri-Racial Racing teammates. 3 wide for the lead. They control every single line on the racetrack. Wayne Ruprecht almost pulled the Dave Blaney, I think, from a number of years ago. Or somebody who ever went down pit road. And ooh, 58 getting all over the back of the 49.
58 does not want to do that because he's got damage on the hood. 54 contact with the 17.
3 wide, mid-pack. Max Jurek getting up into the mix. He's cracked the top 10 with no front clip.
Ooh.
And he's, just a little loose.
On the apron.
A loose touch of the draft here. Maybe just trying to get out of Dodge here. I mean, you got 5 laps till the stage break. Top 10 pays out. That spot's held by Hunter Rupp right now. He's got Jared Lindsay behind him. Anthony Giuliano, no help up top. The 2 cars now. Looks like they kind of calmed down somewhat. 58 and 33 up top, though, still working.
I am surprised with how well the 58 is moving forward with damage on the front of that car.
Max Jurek, a pleasant surprise. If he's got more damage to fix, then this stage break gets some stage points, come down to fix even more damage. Definitely a good sign here for the 6 machine. Schwartz to the lead on the outside with a push from Justin Johnson. While all that was going on, we can confirm that Clay Dildine will be 30th here. Elected to park that race car. We have our first retirement from the race of this season. Didn't do anything wrong.
Ooh, they're pushing the pusher. Urek up on Amen.
And Max Urek is going to be running 6 right now. Behind them, Hunter Rupp getting in the mix, so that outside line has reorganized yet again. Oh, and that's going to be contact. Anthony Giuliano down into, I believe that was Travis DeLeon. And that really could have been a lot worse than it was. He looked like he gave him a good shunt there. Travis holding on to the last spot in the top 10 for a stage point. And you kind of just wonder aloud how much longer can these guys hang on. 49 Sartaj Man making a move. Frimpong going with him, inside line, not a lot of help. 3, 4 teammates all stacked up together up top.
I think that might be 5 if Amen's a part of the team.
Max Urek and Hunter Rupp. They have 2 cars clear. Maybe you can tell the 81 probably wanted to get down, just barely rubbed out by the 58, not allowing him to get down to the bottom. They have it again, though, if they want to get down. I'm sure their team at the stage win here. Control both lines. And to lap 25. Caution will be thrown. We'll see if anyone back here makes a run for it. William Bowman, Michael McElroy, Giuliano, Jared Lindsay. It is 1st to 27th is 3 seconds. Back to Chris Walker. And Ruprack is in just before the stage as well. We've started the final lap of our one and only stage here tonight. It is Sartaj Man that leads at the line. Can they make it back around? How aggressive do you want to play for stage points in the first race of the season?
There's no way they wreck coming around to it. You know, the one stage caution they have.
All the help is up top right now. Frimpong all over the back bumper of his teammate. Inside line, not able to challenge.
Urek almost.
Yeah, and I was about to say, if I'm the 49, I come down, you basically guarantee your team a win. Justin Johnson is blinking. He's going to get knocked out of line. Schwartz has a chance at the move, and he's going to take it. How hard does Frimpong push to the end? Here comes Corey Blevins to decide it. Sartaj Man gets it.
Oh, if Corey Blevins doesn't tuck up under Sartaj Man, I think Schwartz has him on the outside.
Schwartz had that timed that move pretty well, especially Justin Johnson had to dip out of line due to the blinking. And that broke up that outside line. Now the whole team there, triracial racing, and Schwartz almost took advantage. Now everyone will check up and probably be a 4-tire and full of Sunoco Racing fuel. Is there 4Y waiting on the pace car? I believe Hunter Rupp might have gotten that last spot. Schwartz actually might have had it at the time of caution, so we'll see how they look to score this. Got a Ben Thomas fan in chat. He currently runs 26th. He's just been hanging out at the back of the pack, trying to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, still over 50 laps ago. No reason to get too feisty. You don't want to end up potentially like, you know, Max Urek or Clay Dildine.
And there is the pace car, finally catching up to the field. Wayne Ruprack came in right before pits closed, and he finds himself 2 laps down now. In the 29th position, he will get a lap back here to get to 1 down, but here comes pretty much everybody. Don't expect any of the guys, even that came on lap 9 after our first caution of the race. Everyone's going to want to top off with fuel here. Sartaj Man first in. Justin Johnson will have stall number 1. Right side tires going on for a lot of guys. We'll see if anyone elects for a 4-tire stomp or fuel only. There goes Wayne Ruprecht. Here comes Adam Kilday, fuel only, or the 14 machine. Actually, he missed his box. Excuse me, did not stop. It's still showing lap 9 as his last pit stop, so he must have missed the box there. Looks like Justin Johnson wins the race off of pit road due to stall number 1. Work by the 33 crew. Only 11 seconds pit time for the 33 machine, and that was remarkably quicker than everybody else. It looks like the 35's now taking this opportunity. Michael Turkin to fix some damage. Chris Walker and Ben Thomas on pit road, but it is Adam Kilday, your race leader. And I imagine Justin Johnson might be in trouble here with the internet connection. Might be at risk of an EOL or dropping from the race altogether. You can see him pulled down to the inside.
Almost as bad as your internet issues yesterday.
I didn't even have internet yesterday, so there was no bad. It was just all gone.
If you do it again, I'm coming for your knees. Kneecaps are a privilege, not a right.
We'll see if Kilday elects to pit, or is he just going to take the bonus point. And he'll come back down to pit. That'll give the lead of the race to Sartaj Man Justin Johnson coming in. I imagine that's the easiest way for him to give up all those spots. Eric Shields going to come in and top off, as is the whole second half of the pack, actually, from 10th on back.
I don't know if that just makes them a little more secure going as far as they can to potentially make it a one-stopper from here on out.
With 30 laps, so get to lap 60 roughly. We'll be good to go. Doesn't have a whole lot of fuel strategy here at these plate races anyways. Just a different animal. The lights are out on top of the pace car, Wayne Ruprecht. And Ben Thomas will be the only car who's 1 lap down. Ben Thomas went a lap down in the pits.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Tri-racial racing on the bottom.
The view from the sold-out World Center of Racing Daytona International Speedway, watching everyone get caught back up to the pace car. Everyone from 8th on back came in that time. Yeah, Ben Thomas is going to miss the start here. Not sure what happened to the 2 machine. Sartaj Man going to lead us back around, though, as we get back underway here. Lap 29. And obviously everyone coming in to top off with fuel. That outside line has been decimated. Corey Blevins, Travis DeLeon, and Hunter Rupp in the 61 machine. So inside line has some dominance. We might see some single file because of it. We'll find out. Pace car is off. Sartaj Man gets us back underway.
We'll see if these top 3 on the outside line can pose any challenge to tri-racial racing.
61 will fall back in lines. Only 2 cars on the outside. No one making the move to go help them out at the moment. You imagine those front 4 are pretty comfortable where they're at.
You say that, Zach Allman, he's continuing their strategy, going to the top, going to try and lead that outside line.
Yeah, they want both lines. They want to be in total control of this race. But you can tell further back, that definitely got some things shaken up. Multiple packs are forming here. Ben Thomas is still on pit road, so not sure the issue for the 2 car. Justin Johnson did end up going to the back with that blinking issue. Somehow he's still hanging on. Wayne Ruprecht, the only man 1 lap down, just trying to stay out of trouble and get that lucky dog if something were to happen. Only 3 cars up top, though. They're not going to make much of an impression. They're just kind of holding their own right now. Max Schurek doing a nice job with the damaged race car, but here comes Jonathan Schwartz further back in 12th place. Garrett Lindsay and Joe, they want to get up to the front. The first time this season, why don't we crank it up and let the sound of race cars at 200 miles an hour? Bless the airwaves. They made it through the cranking up without completely exploding into the safety barriers. That's good to see. Those 3 cars on the outside still holding serve. They gain a position 1 lap, lose the next. But the inside line has proved dominant. There goes Adam Kilday to help out towards the top side of the racetrack.
A little erratic in that 3rd spot. Might be a little holding this inside line back. Not that, you know, Tri-Racial wants it to go anywhere, but
could be a little bit aerodynamically compromised as well, obviously with the missing front bumper.
Yeah, you get too far out of line with that car, you're going to have enough space for someone to jump in between you.
Michael McElroy's finally decided to join the party. He's up to 9th. But again, we've seen, for the most part, even though we are side by side, being pretty respectful, no one pushing the pusher. The majority of the field is on the inside line, hugging the double yellow and just trying to log some laps and get into at least the fuel window. We'll see if we can get to green flag pit stops here around lap 56 or so. Still a ways to go. That's kind of the next target, next major moment of this race, because right now, if the caution came out, we still can't make it to the end.
Ooh, Mark Frimpong real loose into the triumph.
Ben Thomas did make it back out on the racetrack. No drafting help, though. He actually is going to be in danger here of going another lap down pretty soon. That outside line, though, has made inroads. You currently see bottom left of your screen. Zach Alman is in that first position, swapping with his teammate Sartaj. Man, there he goes on the inside, but outside line looking a little better. They're going to come up to lap Ben Thomas here in just a matter of seconds. See if he's able to pull down to the apron. Let's actually watch this from mid-pack here. Guys going up towards the wall. They're trying to give him a hole here. They're going to catch him at almost the worst possible time.
And he's not moving. Now he does.
Yeah, he just did the respectful thing. Well done to Ben Thomas. Though actually too respectful into the grass. Don't have to go that low, bud. Was completely terrified that he might hook a hard right getting in the grass there.
Oh, no.
Everything is A-okay, but the problem is he's lost the draft again. So in a number of laps, he will eventually just cycle around to getting lapped again. And obviously we only had the one caution on lap 8. Stage break at lap 25, but been pretty clean outside of that, so not sure how many more opportunities these guys are going to have to get caught back up to the field, especially you're 3 laps down, looking at maybe 4 here in a handful of laps. Wayne Ruprecht only needs 1, so we'd argue he's still in contention. Ben Thomas might already be out of it, because these guys do not wreck a lot. They really don't. The less of a fight that the outside line puts up, the higher chance that we have of just getting to lap 56. Getting some green flag pit stops under our belt for the first time this season, and that is sure to shake up the running order. The biggest mover so far is Max Urek. Unbelievable, with no front bumper. He's up 22 spots. Hunter Rupp is up 16. Adam Kilday up 19. William Bowman is up 14 positions. Biggest loser so far is Justin Johnson while he waits for his internet to recover. He's lost the draft and everything, but he's still allowed to race until it recovers. He's down 25 spots from pole position.
I think these guys are cutting Max too much of a break right now.
A little squirrely, though. I honestly think he's fine. He's 187 right now. Everyone around him is 188, 189, 186. He's not really slowing this inside line down. There's no reason for him to push the issue as well because of the damage to his car. Doesn't want to increase the temperatures more so than they already are. So he's just kind of playing in line. If Hunter Rupp thought it was a problem, he'd be by him.
See, I'd consider it a problem because they're teammates. Just like from a driver's perspective, I'd want to start breaking them up because they're still controlling the top 4 spots.
You saying you wouldn't push me with a broken car with 5 to go for a win?
I'm saying I wouldn't let another team sit in front of me.
Again, I think it's just...
Especially a broken car.
Oh, Randy Arms off track?
Don't you say
what
those
in the
words
world?
ever again.
Oh, no. What happened? He was... that is a mechanical issue if I've ever seen one. Oh, he's gonna... No, he's gonna nail the inside wall. Something broke, equipment-wise, for him down the back straightaway. He's swerving the car back and forth right in front of his teammate. And along for the ride he goes. And he's just gonna sit there, slide, come to a stop, and he'll have to tow. One of the heavy hitters having some problems early on. That was nothing that anyone did. That was simply something broke or wheel broke or catwalked across something. I don't know. One of the speed zone guys. Mikhail Turkin now goes a lap down. Justin Johnson in danger of going a lap down here next up, so order's being shaken up here.
Halfway through, we're only at 2 cautions.
Yeah, one of them was a stage break, so like I said, when you got it'd be Justin Johnson, Mikhail Turkin, Wayne Ruprecht, Ben Thomas, and Randy Arms a lap down. This is one of these guys going to get left out to dry here. Adam Kilday, he sits in the 8th position. He's up 20 positions. He came within a foot of winning this race last year, or last season, I should say. Tends to do very well on the plate tracks. But we are halfway through this race, and it has been dominated by the tri-racial racing guys.
It seems like we need to put on a YJ Master course for super speedway racing.
We've seen it all when it comes to plate racing, though, honestly, with the Rod Car Friday Nights, Truck Tour, Main Series. Last time we were at a super speedway, we went viral for Mo Perry flipping wildly across the track. Ashton Slice involved in a horrific incident at iRacing Super Speedway. This is pretty much the complete opposite of it. Only one caution involving an actual incident here tonight. If you wouldn't mind plugging the clip in chat, showing our viewers what we're talking about.
Man wants me to plug the clip.
It was pretty brutal. So this is the polar opposite to carnage and chaos. Everyone just kind of running in line. Double file, but nothing too egregious. Looks like Hunter Rupp did not get all the fuel in the car. He's going to have to come down and pit by himself. So, a couple guys just having some issues here. So Max Jurek will lose one of his teammates. And he's in danger of going a lap down now, so another shake-up to this race. If they even wreck again. If no one wrecks again, then it's a moot point. Look at the top.
It's pretty likely that they don't.
The top 20 are 2.7 seconds back, and then Anthony Giuliano at 21st, 17 seconds back almost, and everyone behind that is in real danger here if we don't get another caution. 21st on back. But they are working together, though, so they won't necessarily go a lap down immediately. But they are off the pace for a decent finish if things maintain this way.
I would say I don't see a caution coming versus this race with how LSRL has been, but that 81 machine plays it really close in the tri-oval with that apron, and he gets really loose. So does Max Jurek. So I could very well see them like trying to side draft or getting side drafted, and it just not ending well for the rest of the field.
And if that is the case, that's right first and second, third. I mean, that's going to take out a number of drivers. But right now, we're in a holding pattern. We're roughly 10 laps away from green flag pit stops.
Yeah, these
front you can see there, even Corey Blevins, like they're all hitting the apron on the exit of the tri-oval. There's Randy Arms. He's back out. Really glad his technical issue appears to be resolved. That could have been a Kevin LePage situation there. But he is up to speed now. He is currently in the 29th position, many laps down. But why not get up there and help your speed zone teammates? Here's Hunter Rupp going to go a lap down from an unscheduled green flag pit stop. And again, we're going to have to deal with the lap traffic, though, so this could shake things up. Contact is already being made. They caught him in the corner. Nowhere for a lot of these guys to go. A little dicey. He's going to maintain his spot on the bottom side of the racetrack, and Field will have to work by him. But he's going to stay in this main pack, try and get his lap back the hard way. Maybe help his teammate out as well. And it still doesn't look like Randy Arms' car is up to speed, but that definitely shook up this main pack, though. Zach Allman back to 6th. Adam Kildare, the only man helping him. William Bowman up top, a little further back. No help, though.
Blevins going to try and lead the outside. I really thought he needed to get, DeLeon to work with him so he could have a 2-car buffer between him and Allman. But yeah, Allman wants to go 3 wide, and he's not going to be able to really stop it.
That was a little bit of indecisiveness there from the 13. If he wants to lead the outside line, do it, but he'll come back down to the bottom. And it is still 2 cars up top. 10 laps away from green flag pit stops, roughly. We'll see when everyone decides to blink.
Safety machine going to the high side. And Zach Allman's going to be the one to lead that outside line again. So I really thought someone would jump up in between them.
Hunter Rupp decided to pit to fix some internet issues because he's now starting to blink a little bit. We have a 747 landing in the background. Always a fun sight to see. Not the sight of Richard Petty's 200th win, but could it be Sartaj Mann's first win?
Keep talking about him.
That's my pick to win.
Out for us.
It really does. Looks like that's the Indian flag on his car, so that's pretty cool to see. But all the way back to Chris Pindert. Glenn Murphy Jr. has 4/10 to Eric Shields, who has 4/10 to Nathaniel Landwehr. So everyone back to 20th is in the lead draft, technically. Two guys, 1 lap down. Ben Thomas 3 down, and Randy Arms 6 down.
And Mikhail Turkin and Wayne Rupert, they're about to go another lap down.
Yeah, Justin Johnson about to go a lap down as well. He's still continuing to blink, so he can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. Daniel Hashi, they're not really in any danger of this 4-car pack. They're just off sequence at the moment. They're not in danger of going a lap down. They have over half a racetrack to go in green flag pit stops. But like I said, off the pace for a good result tonight. Justin Johnson in danger of going a lap down. And if that's the case, then Hunter Rupp's going to have to race him for position. Because they're in the main pack, so Justin, he might not have a choice. He's going to have to drop to the back again if he continues to blink, and he won't be able to fight for the lucky dog. But the fuel window is open. Technically, Tony Scarabello told us pre-race that it is about 30. Wanted to try and separate yourselves, pit with a team, and you could technically do it this lap and be okay, but obviously you got more fuel in the tank, might as well use it and get yourself ready for a green-white checkered if we get to that point.
Something to note with a lucky dog, if you get contact during the red, during the yellow, it will take your lucky dog away. So with Hunter Rupp being right here in this front pack,
That's
if like a car so as much like taps
0x, if they bump draft him, he's done.
Yeah. And it would be right back to being Justin's, waiver.
Absolutely. But the problem is, once Justin goes a lap down, he can't just immediately lay back and roll over. He has to get around him. So that's the reason why he has to stay in this main pack right now. Still only 2 cars to the outside. Like that 3 Frimpong with an aggressive move up. Lead the outside line. That's going to leave Sartaj Man with not a lot of help, and 54 over. Yeah, they're kind of just swapping positions now. 81 wants some practice up top, I guess. 54 switched. Max Shrek up to 3rd. Oh, and you saw that off of 4 there. Got a little dicey. Kind of almost a little whiplash almost, it looked like.
Here we come them on the lap cars.
And they're going to hug the apron so that at least they're predictable, but they're going to mold into the main pack. So Max Shrek going to take this opportunity to lead the outside line. Hunter Rupp is behind the 33 of Justin Johnson. He needs this spot for the lucky dog. So things are about to pick up here.
Oh, there's contact.
And just like we said, 33 going to have to hold it down. Almost hooks the 71. The 61 back in position for the lucky dog. Travis DeLeon's probably going to be a little hot under the collar there. Having to get caught up behind lap traffic. He's in 7th right now.
Blevins all over the back bumper of
and
the
they are just a little bit squirming right now. This is mere laps before the green flag pit stops.
Josh Johnson and Hunter Rupp side by side.
The battle for the lucky dog. Justin's internet connection seems to... Never mind. I'm so sorry. Oh, he's probably going to have to get told to... And that's the most frustrating thing. You can't do anything to fix it mid-race without, pulling off the track and trying to, reset the router or, plug in an Ethernet cable. So he's just hoping it gets better. But eventually he's going to be told to head to the back of this pack again, getting the 61, the lucky dog by default. We are mere laps away from green flag pit stops, and this is a very exciting prospect here. This could either be the cause of the next caution. This could be, completely flip-flop the running order if they all wreck onto pit road. I'd argue if your guys kind of like Eric Shields, Glenn Murphy Jr., that you need to close the gap just a little bit in case your group loses some guys during the pit stop sequence. Because what if Demien and Tiller and Scarbo get kind of slideways on entry? You're going to want to have to come out with a pack. Because they've gone 30 laps green here. There's Randy Arms going another lap down. He'll stay up against the wall. Through 4. Hunter Rupp's in the best position right now. He's directly ahead. And just like we said, here comes this second group. Here comes this whole second pack. They're just going to take the initiative and come down. Looks like a pretty clean entry for all of them. They're all together. That started in 11th place.
Yeah, remember coming up on lap 58, Ryan Tiller wanted the crank it up.
Absolutely.
Ryan, Sir Mel the Great also redeemed one.
We'll crank it up once they get back up to speed from green flag pit stops. Working lap 55 this time by. But it is Nathaniel Landwehr that wins the race off pit road. And you can see just a little bit disjointed. If you're Ryan Tiller and Michael Davis, you come out on the losing end of that exchange. We'll see if they wait to get hooked up, though. And if you're Michael Davis, you really come out behind as you've spun through the grass on pit exit. You're all by yourself. Here comes the lead pack. And a lap down he goes. Mistake free on the money stop. That's the importance, especially when you stay green like this. Hunter Rupp ahead of Justin Johnson still. He's going to have to get down to the bottom. Everyone's single file, so it's really a matter of moments before green flag pit stops.
There it is.
And here we go.
Ooh, Pender with a deep dive in there.
Oh, your wreck way down to the bottom. But it looks like they all going to make it, so we'll see who comes out ahead. Good entry from this lead group. It was a decent entry from the second group, but they are not organized. 3 cars here. Glenn back here with another 3. And then Tony Scarbo and Ryan Tiller, so we'll see. Who's going to win the race off of pit road here? It looks to be
Grimpong.
Sartaj man in tow, so they flip-flop. Max Jurek will stay third. Travis DeLeon had a solid stop. And everyone behind them going to try and get lined up. You see Chris Pinder there cutting McElroy a break. They're kind of organized somewhat. Here comes this second group, though. He might have something for him. Nathaniel Landwehr, yeah, they're going to break up into the top 5 here. Just these 3 by themselves. Don't think they'll get to the lead quite yet, but they're going to at least break into the top 3. As the entire running order's got all topsy-turvy here.
Max Jurek with no help, not able to
They
keep
actually
up.
might get all the way to the lead here. We'll see if the top 2 throw a block. 66 wants the race lead, and he's going to get it. What a run from the 66, 18, and 58 all the way to the front.
That's my pick to win.
Look at that. Glenn Murphy Jr., Samuel Demien. The top 3 got clear. Jurek finally gets some help. Eric Shields in the mix.
Jurek still has no help. He's sitting out there.
Yeah, Zach Allman back to 12th. McElroy and Pinder. And that has completely flipped up the running order here. Let's crank it up now that we're back from green flag pit stops and the run to the finish is well underway. .21 laps to go, and Nathaniel Landwehr, with help from Jared Lindsay and Jonathan Schwartz and Eric Shields, surged to the lead off of green flag pit stops. Zach Allman back to 12th. He's in the main pack, though. Michael McElroy 1.2 seconds back, getting pushed for all he's worth by Chris Pinder. They're 9/10 behind Frimpong, so they actually should be there. Pinder doing all the heavy lifting right now. William Bowman got to be careful here. He wants to make sure he's in part of that pack. Tony Scarbo, Ryan Tiller, Corey Blevins, they have work to do. Blevins, he was up in that lead pack for such a long time. Here comes the outside line and Glenn Murphy Jr. But right now it is the top 16 separated by 1.5 seconds.
I just want to give a shout out to the strong team racing they're doing right now from Tri-National Racing. Mark Frimpong sitting at the back of the pack. He was on the back of Max Urek. I don't know why he's now dropped to the back. He was working with Sartaj Man earlier. I thought he came back to work with Max Urek and keep him up to speed, but now he's going around him again. I guess now that he has help behind.
But now it's a top 16. Scarbo is slowly starting to close in, though. Gap is down to 1.3. Justin Johnson is in this group as well. So Justin, he wants to help out his teammates get in the lead pack, and obviously, Scarbo more than willing to accommodate that request to get himself back in contention, as well as Ryan Tiller. That would give us 18 cars with a shot at the win. Corey Blevins, no help behind him. He's fading. Scarbo is 9/10 behind, so that means Justin Johnson has caught the lead draft. So good work from those three. So 18 out of the 30 cars in this lead group with a shot to win it. Inside of 20 laps to go. Wayne Ruprecht has parked it. Randy Arms is still on pit road. Yeah, they're here now. Don't need to see the cockpit view. They are there. Really, it's a 19-car pack. Justin Johnson, obviously, one lap down. Now the race is on. Everyone has enough fuel. Time to get reorganized, find your friends, make a move to the front. Dean Klavitz entered the top 10. Almost for the first time, 96 and 11th.
We're 3 wide in the front. The inside line had issues. They checked up. Glenn Murphy, Samuel Demian, they wanted to go to the bottom, weren't able to make it stick.
Oh, and almost contact there. Frimpong going with him. Landwehr on the apron. The intensity is here.
Tri-racial racing, those 4 up top.
They're going to be looking to go to the front here. Max Urek, oh, he's in the wall. Sartaj Man getting back down in front of his teammate. That's the worst case scenario for the 6 because he can't lead. He can follow and push, but he's not going to be able to lead a line with that damage. That's the one detriment no front bumper will do. We're back to 2 wide, maybe. No, and now there's Landwehr on the apron. Jared Lindsay. Everyone saves it for now, and it's really a matter of time until the big one strikes. You'd have to say. Oh, and there goes Landwehr from the race lead. Spun down to the inside, going to rejoin. Keep it. He actually might still be in the pack. What a save from the 66 of Nathaniel Landwehr. He's going to be in this lead pack still. And with all of that, here comes Sartaj Man to the front. Mark Frimpong on the outside with help from his teammate Justin Johnson. Tri-racial racing putting on an absolute clinic. They control both lines with help from their lap-down teammate Justin Johnson, whose internet has seemed to fix itself now. He's allowed to race up there, trying to get a lap back for himself.
I know LSRL is full of a bunch of really respectful drivers, but I've been driven through whenever I was a lap-down car trying to push a certain teammate of mine. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of these lead lap drivers get upset that they see a blue name in front of them.
So with all of that, it's still the top 18. Nathaniel Landwehr was able to get back in line. Second half of the group was able to get organized. It is Chris Pinder. He is 1.2 seconds off the lead, but has plenty of drafting help in front of him. The speed zone guys are going to have to try and work together to displace the tri-racial racing guys. And they have the numbers to do that as well.
They had it worked out, and then, you know, the Nathaniel Landwehr thing happening shuffled them all up.
Yeah, Glenn Murphy Jr., Samuel Demien, Jared Lindsay, Schwartz,
Oh.
Kilday loose. He's through the tri-oval grass. Don't know if he'll be able to get back in the main pack, though. Might be down to 17. Tony Schiavo going to come and pick him up, though. He should be okay, but things are teetering on the edge of disaster here for a number of these guys. Corey Blevins 19th, Hunter Rupp, who will have to pit again. He'll have to pit with inside the next 6 laps. He pitted on lap 42 by himself. He is on the lead lap, as is Michael Davis. He has to pit now, pretty much. He pitted on lap 27. I'm not sure how that's accurate, but Chris Walker, he's good on fuel. He's on the lead lap, as is Daniel Hashi. But not for much longer. They need a caution now, or else they're really going to be scrapping for the lucky dog. Scrambling mid-pack.
Demien goes to take that middle line. Split up the tri-racial guys.
It is still 18 in the lead pack. Kilday was able to get back in line. Frimpong leading the outside line with help from Samuel Demien. Sartaj man on the inside, help from Glenn Murphy Jr. And that respect you saw at the race is still there. It's just a little bit less. A little bit of pushing the pusher. Pushing on corner exit. I mean, they're pushing all the way down the front stretch. No gaps are being left inside this top 8, really. '21's kind of in a bad spot, though, because if he pushes the 81 clear, he's going to get down in front of him, and he's got the 33 behind him who has no incentive to push him.
I don't see the 81 getting down in front of the 49, to be honest. I think they're going to sit here and control both lines as long as they can.
It's going to take a third line forming to beat these guys at the moment. Coming to 11 laps to go. They still have plenty of time for Daytona terms. It only takes, 20 seconds to get a lane organized and going.
I mean, you're talking about it, Adam Kilday. He was up there in that third line. Dean Clavin with him.
Where does it come from, though, right? I mean, because you got the 4 or 5 tri-racial guys controlling the front. Good teamwork all night long. How do you get them separated? Look at the side drafting there from Frimpong. On to Glenn Murphy Jr. He said nothing disrespectful. It's just hard racing guys going for it. There's a couple of lap down cars potentially ahead of him. Daniel Hashi, how does that decide the race? Demien really shoving the 81 for everything he's worth. They are connected into turn number 3. Oh, that's... You just got to be careful. If you're going to push in the corners, you got to make sure to hit them square.
Glenn Murphy getting kind of squirrely through 3 and 4.
There it is again. He got a little bit on that left rear. The 21 shook the 81 all out of control. Maybe if you're the 81, do you get down in front of your teammate and hope that, you have a better chance of not getting wrecked and drove through? Because it definitely kind of checked up that outside line. And he's going to take it. Jared Lindsay now. And just like that, it flip-flops. That one little bobble is all it takes for some other teams to get the numerical advantage they need. We know the 18's a solid pusher. Here comes that third line. Justin Johnson, Adam Kilday. Coming in 9 laps to go. Single digits. The side drafting is increasing. The intensity is increasing. The bump drafting is increasing.
Why is a lap down car controlling the third line? What is Justin doing?
He's hoping one of his teammates will jump up in front of him. I expect Frimpong would be the one to do that.
He's got to get there first.
Maybe he's trying to tow Zach Almond along with him, but Justin will now drop back into line, and they are going to catch Mikhail Turkin. They're going to catch Giuliano, Chris Walker. And it's going to be very dangerous here in about a lap and a half. You can see there, Frimpong really does not want to help those front two get around Sartaj Man. Oh, and that's going to be contact at the front. There goes the 49. He's going to try and clear himself. Jonathan Schwartz cuts him the biggest break of the race. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're wrecking behind him. Eric Shields through the air. The whole second half of the pack is destroyed. Max Jurek hit it. Yellow is out immediately.
We have someone to go to check and see if Eric Shields is okay.
He's still going. I think he was upside down last season, too, at Daytona. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, my goodness. Nathaniel Landwehr. Oh, boy.
A little bit of net code, but Shields just coming up too far off the bottom.
Oh, yeah, he's just going to hook himself off the left front of the 66. Nothing Landwehr could have done. Travis De Leon nowhere to go. And then let's just play this in a little bit of slow motion here. You're going to see the right front of the 27. It's just going to bite into the wall, and around he goes. There's Justin Johnson, Zach Amman, Ryan Tiller. My goodness. A huge impact here for the 27 machine, who somehow is able to drive away, obviously out of contention, but
to make things worse, he was given an EOL.
For causing the wreck.
I think that was more for like he can't keep up, but yeah, that's just
Adam Kilday. I mean, he'll get a little bit of front end damage, but he's okay. Dean Clavitt. Stomp on the brakes, William Bowman, Tony Scarbo, Ryan Tiller. Pretty much everyone from, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th on back. Oh, Michael McElroy. Oh my goodness. I don't think he realizes just how close it was. Ryan Tiller just behind him. That's how fine the margins are. Daniel Landwehr, so a lot of guys. Scarbo's going to have huge damage. Zach Amman, a little bit of a checkup here. But Eric Shields is the one that went to go get the Goodyear blimp for us. Turns himself off the bumper of the 66, and around he goes. Let's go on board with him here. That's how quick it happens. And take one more look at it here. Through the tri-oval, he's going to catch a piece of the apron. Come up, just drift up into the 66, and he is cleared for takeoff. While we resort the running order here, lights still on the pace car. We'll see who has a competitive car here. We'll get a quick word in from the fantastic sponsors of the LSRL, and thank them for their amazing support in putting this league on for everybody here tonight and through multiple seasons. And again, thank you, a massive shout out to tonight's sponsors for the LSRL, Butt Kicker, Grid Finder, Wilder Graphics, Sim Racer Hub, and Sim 3D for their fantastic support of the LSRL Xfinity Series and their whole host of other leagues. They got an F1 league, a GT3 league, so definitely got something for you.
We love a good shill.
Glenn Murphy Jr. and Jared Lindsay will be your front row here for a Speed Zone front row. Second row is Tri-Racial Racing front row. Jonathan Schwartz, Samuel Demien, Chris Pinder, Michael McElroy, Dean Clavitt, and Michael Davis round out your top 10. It'll look like we have 19 cars on the lead lap to settle it. Ryan Tiller on pit road to fix his damage. Hunter Rupp will be the first man on track, multiple laps down. Pace car is off. Coming to 4 laps to go. 48 will enter the Geico restart zone, and we are underway.
See how long it takes these tri-racial teammates to get hooked up. It looks like Lindsay was thinking about going to the bottom, but with Frimpong coming up top and then immediately shooting back.
Surprised they did that, though, because they had 2 on the outside. They could have made that third lane pretty instantly and get past the 18 and Jared Lindsay. Let's see who actually has a car to keep up. Already spreading out. Guys like Tony Scarbo with damage further back. Zach Allman is out of contention at the moment. So really, it's Frimpong and Sartaj Mann working together. Jared Lindsay, Glenn Murphy Jr. were working together at one point.
Right now, our picks to win, leading the outside line.
Yeah, all bets are off right now. Michael McElroy, Dean Clavitt working together. There's Michael Davis. Haven't heard his name a whole lot inside the top 10 tonight. 18 wants to get down in front of his teammate. Sartaj Mann will fill that hole for him.
I don't think he wanted to get down. I think he just wanted to cover it off and just left himself out.
And now you got Jonathan Schwartz second in line on that outside. He's a solid pusher. He helped lead the charge after that round of green flag pit stops to get Jared Lindsay the lead. With the top 12, 4/10 of a second separating them. Corey Blevins still has a shot. Tony Scarbo and Zach Allman technically aren't out of it. Daniel Hashi and Max Urek, they're 2 seconds back respectively.
Oh, Glenn Murphy, he went to the high side. Sartaj Mann tried to go throw a block.
2 laps to go. Can they make it around one more time to make the race official? They have 2 green-white checkers if they need them. They're coming around to the white flag this time by if they can make it down the back straightaway. Teammates on the bottom pushing. Teammates through the middle pushing. Dean Clavitt leading that third lane, trying to find anyone to work with him. Right now, Glenn Murphy Jr. half a car length ahead of Sartaj Mann. Side drafting, a contact between the second row, and there goes Jared Lindsay in front of the field. Daniel Hashi piles in. Caution is not out. Now it is.
Oh my.
That's going to wreck some more cars. Frimpong.
My pick to win still has a car.
See how much damage he has, but that's another one of the tri-racial guys out of contention. And we will go to our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Michael Davis destroyed. Take a look here at what happened. Out of turn number 4, they were coming to the white flag. Jared Lindsay thinks about 3 wide. He'll get back in line. And they actually just kind of meet in the middle here. I thought it was a side drafting gone wrong. He comes back down, and we'll show you this in quarter speed. Is probably the best way to describe it, but Mark Frimpong on the bottom. He catches the tiniest bit of the apron, shoots up the racetrack. The 18 of Jared Lindsay filling that hole, and then unfortunately for everybody else, 58 not able to check up in time, and 21 will finish him off. There goes Corey Blevins, Michael Davis. Dean Clavitt barely makes it through. We just watch all this chaos. You know, Hashi gets another hit there late. McElroy not able to get it woed up in time. And this shakes up the running order yet again. Now for Sartaj, man, your friends are where you find them. And Glenn Murphy Jr. Schwartz can work together, as can Samuel Demien and Dean Clavitt. No friends around him that he's raced with for a while. Pinder has a couple of buddies around. Those guys that pitted on lap 54, let's show you the fuel strategy here that everyone's kind of working with. Lap 54 for Glenn Murphy. Sartaj Man, lap 56. Schwartz, Demien, Clavitt. 54, 54, 56. 56 for Pinder, 54 for Lindsay. Adam Kildare is perfectly fine. And then in the 9th position, Chris Walker, lap 54 as well. So those guys are actually going to be kind of close on fuel if we get to the second attempt. So that's going to be something to monitor as well if guys start running out of fuel 30 laps. Let's go on board here with Glenn Murphy.
Oh, we've got 3 attempts.
Oh, 3 attempts. That is changed. My apologies. So that's even worse news for these guys that pitted on lap 54. If we go to 3 attempts, they're going to have no choice but to come in and pit.
And I could definitely see us getting around to them.
Yeah, all bets are off now once we get to the green-white checkers. All bets are off. That was our 3rd caution incident-related of the night. Obviously 4th with the stage break, but obviously nothing was wrong with that. Another good stage break. So we are 1 away from the average over the last 5 Daytona races. Corbin Simmons doing the stats behind the scenes. Calculated the average of 4, and sure enough, we are 1 away from that with a 3-week potential green-white checkered. So I'd say the odds of 4 pretty solid. It looks like we'll have 20 cars on the lead lap. McElroy was just barely able to beat the pace car out. I believe Anthony Giuliano will be the first man 1 lap down. Wait for the officials scoring to update, and yep, 20 cars on the lead lap all the way back to Michael McElroy in the 20th position.
I'm just looking at that broken car sitting right now in 7th place. He still has a shot.
Oh, everyone has a shot. This is Daytona. Left rear is destroyed. How about Dean Clapp just kind of bided his time? Adam Kildare. How about Chris Walker? I mean, his car is, completely just destroyed from the rear end. Tony Scarbo was out of it a while back. Max Urek, damage all night long. William Bowman has had a solid just top 15 night. For the most part of the night, he's not been trying to force the issue, but now might be the time. Zach Amon. Still some damage to the front of the 54 machine there. Rimpong back to 16th. He was so strong all night long. My pick to win, though, is P2 right now. Lights are out on top of the pace car. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish. 3 if need be. Fuel is a concern for a number of drivers inside the top 10. They're going to want to get it back to the white flag this time by. It's Glenn Murphy Jr. and Sartaj Man, your front row as the pace car peels off. 48 enters the Geico restart zone, and we are underway for our first attempt. Everyone gets going pretty well.
Top 3 on that outside line.
Oh, they are hooked up something fierce.
Dean Clavitt going to that outside line. He sees where the run's going to be at.
No, there's only 2 cars hooked up on the bottom. They are heavy hitters, but physics is a thing. Dean Clavitt now going down to join them. There's a 6-car breakaway right now. 3 on top, 3 on bottom. Down the back straightaway, Pinder goes to the bottom, leaving 2 cars up top. Sartaj Man with help from Samuel Demien.
Demian doing a lot of side drafting there. He's going to jump down now.
And Sartaj, man, no help behind him. Adam Kilday trying to get up there with help from Zach Amon, who's not out of it. Frimpong in tow as well. Tri-Racial Racing trying to get organized for one more run to the finish. But they do make the white flag on the first attempt. Glenn Murphy Jr. in the 48. Jonathan Schwartz in tow. Race is official. Whatever happens now happens. Through 1 and 2 for the final time. Dean Clavitt backing up, trying to get a run.
I think he's backing up. I just don't think he gets a run. I think Speed Zone, those front two, just too strong right now.
Pender's getting side drafted in 4th.
There
Now he's free. What does Dean Clavitt do? Does he break a move to the outside with Pinder in tow? Yes, he does. Here comes Dean Clavitt with Chris Pinder in tow. Sammy Demien trying to get up there as well. This outside line's going to have the run, but Demien making it 3 strong on the bottom. Going to be hard to beat.
Sartaj, man, he's definitely taking it 3.
Here comes the run out of turn number 4. Dean
Oh,
Clavitt,
Pinder.
no help. It's going to be Glenn Murphy Jr. winning. As they all wreck at the end. Started 4th, ended up 1st. Jonathan Schwartz, P2, Dean Clavitt, podium in his LSRL debut. Sartaj Man rounds out our top 5, gave it everything he had. Just ran out of teammates at the end. What a thrilling race to kick off Season 8. We'll come around for their podium pictures and burnouts. Don't think Dean Clavitt was given that message pre-race, but that's all right. He'll learn. A couple of the Speed Zone guys coming to celebrate him. 48 will park it somewhere on the front stretch.
I don't even think they're technically teammates. I just realized how big Speed Zone is. They got 3 different teams now.
They did have some reorganization. A couple guys joining their own team. Schwartz was actually one of them, but
Yeah, just let me know when you want them in here.
definitely a close technical alliance for sure. But definitely independent teams at the end of the day. They have a Speed Zone Esports, Speed Zone E2, but they branched off into a third independent team with a couple of the former Speed Zone guys. But there's the tame celebration for the 48. He's going to want to use this engine at Talladega, I guess. Go ahead and see if we can get them in the waiting room and move them up. Here with your race winner, Glenn Murphy Jr. in the 48 machine, a championship favorite last season, came up just a little bit short, but picking up in Season 8 right where we expected him to with a thrilling win here tonight at Daytona.
Yeah, man, it's wild. My hands are still shaking. I think I told you this last year. I don't ever expect to come to these super speedways. You'd expect that do the best job you can and see where it stacks up. And you get down to the end there, everybody's not going to be lifting. So it's appreciate the help from everybody all throughout the race. Takes team effort, and especially Schwartz there at the end for sticking with me.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 cautions and a stage break, so 4 total, I suppose, but only 3 incidents. So a relatively clean night for a plate track. Able to avoid all the chaos, and then like you said there at the end, it's kind of all bets are off. Everyone's just going for it, and Schwartz gave you a solid push. But definitely some great teamwork tonight. It was tough to break up those tri-racial racing guys. It looked like a bunch of newcomers this season, and tough to break them up for sure, it looked like.
Yeah, I've never raced with any of them. It seems like they all got a pretty good amount of skill. There was, I think, a stretch from like 58 to 70 there that we were all. I was just waiting to wreck. We were all bouncing off each other and pushing really hard. And I almost thought about dropping out for a minute because I was like, man, this is almost too early to be going this hard. But yeah, no, it certainly was good to have some new faces in here, and I had a lot of fun racing with them.
Absolutely, but definitely the way you want to kick off Season 8, and no better way to do that than with a race win tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm always super excited to win at Daytona. For some reason, I don't have the same luck when we go to Talladega. I think it's a little bit wider. It's a little harder to control. Daytona, it's a little bit more narrow, and you kind of put yourself in better spots. I don't know exactly what happened with Randy there halfway through the race, but we almost junked it with him. I didn't know he was having couple issues. He came right across the front of the car there. I was trying to check up for him, but it's unfortunate he couldn't make it to the end. Usually him and I work out pretty well here at the end, but at least it worked out for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on the race win tonight. We'll let you get your shout-outs in for the broadcast.
Yeah, man, just thank you guys, and I'm happy to be back, and I appreciate you guys putting this on. I'll catch you next week.
Absolutely looking forward to it. Congratulations again.
All right, buddy, appreciate it.
Here with P2, Jonathan Schwartz in the 58, last season's champion, picking up right where he left off with a solid top 2 finish. It came up 0.06 of a second short here this evening, but started 19th and worked your way up through the field. Talk me through those last couple of laps.
Just utter chaos, trying to survive. So, great team effort. Good job, Glenn, tonight. Just did what I had to do tonight. Gained some points to start the season and not leave Daytona in a hole. So we did a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, good teamwork, definitely with the Speed Zone guys, and then y'all were pretty much in a heated battle with the Tri-Racial Racing guys tonight. A bunch of newcomers to the league. Y'all were pretty much duking it out for most of the race tonight.
Yeah, they were tough competition tonight. So look forward to racing them the rest of the season. Hopefully, competition will be as good on the intermediates and short tracks as the super speedways. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Obviously, going from Daytona to some of the more intermediate tracks on the schedule, everything's probably going to get shaken up just a little bit, so we'll see who has the speed next week at Las Vegas.
Yeah, for sure.
But congratulations on a well-earned P2 tonight. We'll let you get your shout-outs in for the broadcast.
Thank you guys for coming back and broadcasting for us again. You guys do a great job as always. Our league admins, Anthony and Joseph, they do a great job, and Ryan and Randy. So just look forward to another season. We'll have a good one.
Absolutely looking forward to seeing you next week at Las Vegas.
All right, see ya.
Yep. Here with your third place finisher, Dean Clavitt, our boy, making his LSRL debut here tonight, and was just looking like you were trying to avoid all the chaos for the first chunk of the race there. Talk me through those last couple of laps when you decided to make your move to the front.
I don't know what I was thinking. I was surprised to even be up in the top 5. Actually, I was surprised I didn't get destroyed on that last caution. Yeah, I was happy to be up there, and I knew I needed to get to the top, but the top didn't go on the restart. So I was like, well, I'll come back on the bottom and just hang out. And I decided to make my move on the backstretch and thought I had it, but the 24 decided to move up and block the third lane, which is okay. And then the 49 came middle, and I was like, well, crap. So that's all she wrote, but I'll take third. I'm happy with it.
Definitely, especially with kind of the team race that was shown tonight. Didn't have a lot of teammates with you. Obviously, a one-car organization, so just kind of trying to work with whoever you found, and made the right moves, especially all things considered, without a lot of teammates tonight.
Yeah, basically, that's all it was. I said to myself at the that on the restart, really, I'm like, man, I'm up here in 5th. I've made all the right moves, to get me up here. So I'm just, I'll be happy with whatever comes about it. I ran a good race, and hopefully we'll go on the next week and go. Well, I don't know about win, but at least run good. So, but it was pretty fun though. I actually haven't had this much fun on a super speedway in forever. I mean, the racing was great and whatnot. So it was a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a well-earned P3. Got any shout-outs you'd like to mention for the broadcast?
Not really, honestly.
Alrighty. Well, look forward to seeing you next week at Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Yep. We know where we're going first, right? You remember the routine. Here with the 32 machine of Daniel Hashey. It's been a while. I've missed you, man, but caught running around in the back half of the field first, just trying to avoid the chaos at the start. We were able to do so, and then at the end, when everything kind of got crazy, you made your move to the front, avoided the first 2 wrecks, but was unable to avoid the last one. And you still come home with a top 20, but definitely felt like you should have deserved more here tonight.
Yes, it was very, very unlucky we have some issues during the race, but my strategy, you were both absolutely correct as usual, and YJ Media, you're always correct. I was trying to go in the back of the field to wait for things to happen, but in a restart we have a damaged car between in a single lane, and everyone behind were without the teams to follow. So we have a second group slower than the first group. So we lost a lot of times. We did our best to try to push. We were fighting again, and people trying to keep in the optimal lane to be bumped. So we tried a little. We missed also a little, but we were following, waiting for something to happen. And in the end of the race, it happened, this yellow flag that everyone was together again. And this was the time I was waiting to attack. And we have this big accident in the end. And I think I was almost clear of major damage. But in the end, a car that spun hit my car. And I took a lot of damage. I had 3 minutes to repair. I did a minute in the yellow. Was expecting maybe we had another chance to repair the car, but the race went into green flag. So it was a good race. I think we have a new season, a lot of new people. We have a very safe race for what most people expect of Daytona, but we know this grid is very good, so people play safe most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Only 3 cautions tonight, and then 1 stage break. So some more clean racing tonight from the LSRL guys, and then some new faces who did pretty well tonight. Worked well with the pack, and of note, definitely, like you said, from when we talked to you last season, definitely wanted to improve on the strategy, and then just minimizing some mistakes like green flag pit stops and stuff. And you were able to do that tonight, though. So definitely improving from last season to this season, though.
Yes, I think I didn't practice, to be honest, close to enough in this car, because I basically came in here in Tuesdays to race. We race a lot of GT3s and road racing, and also the IR 18 that I go into the first division in Brazil. But I think we learn a lot, even with other cars, to improve our strategies, improve the way to turn the wheel correctly, because the R18, there's a lot of tire saving that will, not today, but it will help us in other races. So it's good. We are improving as a team. The whole team, we're bringing new people to race. So I believe we'll be better than last year. But again, not close to most guys here. We have a very good field of drivers in this league.
Absolutely. Well, always a pleasure to see you on the racetrack, and love talking to you, and look forward to seeing you back here for the rest of Season 8.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Art. We love our broadcast, man.
Absolutely. We'll appreciate it.
That's
With the CMS boys, how we doing?
Oh, not so bad. Yourself?
Yo.
Doing pretty good. Kicked off Season 8 in style at Daytona. And Pinder, you had a shot to win at the end. Walk me through those last couple of laps.
Well, I took my foot and just held it down and then tried to follow cars that were fast. No, I wanted to stick with Dean there. We were running really good together. But then I saw Frimpong, and I don't know who was pushing him. I think Zach. They were going to take it 3 wide, and I was like, well, if that happens, then we're all screwed.
Right,
So-
yeah. They were the dominant team tonight, I'd say, for most of the night, and definitely wanted
That's
to get
not
in
where I
front
was
of them.
going with that, but okay.
They were working well together, though, so it makes sense to want to block off their run and try and get some of what they had going.
Yeah, and then kind of screwed me and Dean up. But it is what it is. It was a good race, good start to the season.
Absolutely. William
Especially
Bowman.
with the 0x. I think I
That's-
get some bonus points
Yeah,
for that.
absolutely. That's hard to do. Only 3 cautions at the Daytona, and then a stage break, so more clean racing like we expect from the LSRL guys, so always good to see.
Yeah.
William Bowman, you obviously run with us on Monday nights, came over, followed us to Tuesday nights, and came on with a top 15 finish tonight.
Yeah, I'll take it. Kind of screwed up and then wasn't paying attention after the last caution and pitted when the pit road was closed, so I had to serve a penalty there in the last restart. So kind of put me in the back where I was up there with Pinder and them, and Maybe could have got a better finish if I wouldn't have screwed that up, but it is what it is, and I'll take 13th.
Right. And then unfortunately, somebody has to be involved in one of the 3 wrecks, and Travis DeLeon was one of them, unfortunately, here tonight.
Naturally.
Protest the
No, it was
not the
still a good
15,
race.
protest the 12 though. Protest the 12.
It's the 12th.
Yep.
Still a good race.
Yeah. Always a fun
I
time
can't
with
be
these
mad.
guys. Yeah. Nothing boneheaded tonight.
Pull the magnets out of your car.
Yeah, first one was horrendous netcode. And then the other 2 honestly could just be racing incidents at Daytona. So nothing where it's like, wow, we got to reevaluate what we're doing here. But always some good racing with these guys.
Yeah, it was a blessing to have a good race. Even if Biden ended a few laps short.
Right. Definitely we're running well all night tonight, though, for sure.
Yep.
Right up.
Why is Art so quiet?
Art, what'd you have for dinner?
See, now that you brought it up, he's not going to say nothing.
Yeah, I guess he had silence for dinner.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He's mad at me for not staying with Dean.
Yeah. You're giving you the cold shoulder for real. Nice. What did I have for dinner tonight? I had a chicken something or other. Chicken burrito something or other. I don't even know. Just threw some stuff together. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Fiestada.
Yeah, something like that.
A little fiesta over there in the Max household.
Right? It's a good time. What about y'all? What do we have?
Ham sandwich.
Rigatoni.
Nice.
God, what are you, a grandpa?
Barbecue.
Ham sandwich?
Oh, that's what I have for work every day. When I go to work, I bring a ham sandwich. So I can't complain about it.
Ham sandwiches are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'd kick that thing if I see it.
No, you wouldn't. We'd just walk in my house and kick a ham sandwich. Who would do that?
I might. Me?
Nice.
Oh,
This is Canada. Boom! Sandwich gone.
you guys are doing enough polluting with your smoke.
It's not our fault. Like, sorry, we have trees.
Yeah, right. Hey, Art.
Still ignoring us. Art hates us.
All right, I'm taking 100% of the LSRL profits. Okay.
See ya.
Y'all heard it. He had no opposition to that. There we go. It's basically in contract now. Yep.
That's awesome.
All right.
Seal the deal.
Yep.
Oh, the fight is on.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this here probably an hour later. But always a pleasure, fellas, and we're back to our regularly scheduled Monday and Tuesday nights. So look forward to seeing you Monday night.
Good times.
Yep.
Good night.
Yep.
Thanks for the host, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know how.
Hello.
Hello.
Rest here with the rest of Speed Zone. First off, Eric Shields, are you okay?
Yeah. I'm alive after that one. I was, testing out the new helicopter package for these, and so far had some good success there. I feel kind of bad because I wrecked a bunch of teammates there. So sorry to everyone involved in that, but yeah, I think I set a new record at least.
I don't remember because obviously it was last season's first race. Were you the one that flipped at the end of that race too? I don't remember. You might have been.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But someone else flipped at
It
the end of
happens.
last season's race though too. So we're 2 for 2 on that.
Was it not Blevins who you said had wreck of the race?
Yeah,
Or wreck of the year?
I think so. Yeah, it might have been Blevins that flipped. But either way, 2 Daytona races, 2 massive crashes towards the end. But besides that, 3 cautions, actual incidents. First one was horrendous netco. The other 2 were pretty much racing incidents. So pretty clean again from the LSRL guys. Love to see it. Green flag pit stops. Threw some strategy into the mix as well. And just another great race tonight by you guys, and happy to call it.
Yeah, it was a good race from everybody. I mean, really, it was awesome.
Definitely with some new guys in the mix. We got some crossover between our Monday and Tuesday night leagues. You guys seem to like each other and get along well and race well together. So it's awesome to see.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Randy, what happened on the backstretch there to you? Obviously, some sort of technical issue, but
I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's because I had Photoshop open in the background.
oh no.
Oops.
Oh,
But we were going 200, and all of a sudden I had 3 frames per second.
oh, jeez.
And let me tell you, at 200, you cover a lot of ground in 3 frames per second
That's just-
at a time.
right? Hey, with 3 frames, we're in the inside wall. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. So I just tried to turn it left to get out of the way,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I didn't take no one out.
You
so.
almost got Glenn. That would have been some sort of butterfly
Yeah.
effect. 2 out of 1 had that not had he not been able to avoid you. But...
Yeah, he was yelling at me the whole time about what was going on. I was like, Glenn, I have no idea where I'm at, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Jared Lindsay, you were working up front so well tonight. Before getting involved in, was it one of the second to last or something? I don't even remember. But you had a little bit of damage there at the end. But you were working so well up front for most of the night.
I'm just gonna say one sentence. I'm
Uh-oh.
glad I finished the race.
We'll take a top 10 at Daytona, right? Just get some solid points in the bag and then go from there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at my last 3 seasons with LSRL, I have 3 DNFs in the opener.
Nice. But we definitely know you got some speed at the intermediates. So Las Vegas, definitely expecting you to be towards the front. Won the last 3 races of last season, so get through the kind of the wild card, and then off we go to the bread and butter of the schedule.
Yeah, well, Randy suspended me for next week, so I won't be back until New Hampshire.
Oh, jeez.
I did not. He's lying to you.
Right. I'll be on vacation.
Nah, fair enough. Where are we going? What's vacation entail?
We're gonna be going to one of my favorite beaches down here in Florida, in Flagler County.
Ooh. Don't know where that's at, but I love a good beach vacation. So.
St. Augustine.
Oh, I do know where that's at. So.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling the race, though. I look forward to putting a show on with these guys. We got some good competition this year, and if it sticks, man, we're gonna have a heck of a fight for the championship with everyone.
Yeah, I was telling the CMS boys, we have a lot of crossover now, it seems, between our Monday and Tuesday night leagues, and y'all seem to get along pretty well and race well, so it makes for a fun combination.
Yeah, I'm gonna be learning some of these new guys, but I think out of all the years, I don't know what these guys if they would agree with me or not, but out of all the years or year and a half, whatever seasons I've raced with LSRL, I think this is the most competitive lineup I've seen yet.
Yeah, specifically the tri-racial racing guys that raced Monday nights. They came over here Tuesday night, and they were putting on a heck of a show with you guys. Speed Zone and them, kind of just battling at the front with you guys, seeing who could come out ahead. Ultimately, they kind of got a little bit more unlucky with the wrecks at the end, and you guys kind of had the numbers to sustain that and worked well together at the end. But it was a heck of a battle from right after green flag pit stops till that caution, like lap 74 or whatever it was.
Yeah, Sartaj and them, they were working pretty well together, and we definitely weren't as friendly tonight with each other. Us Speed Zone guys, that was kind of actually fun.
Yeah, had some reorganization going on, so all bets are off.
It'd be a good time.
Yeah, just wreck each other and get over it. Be a good time.
We're gonna wreck inside the teams is what we're gonna do. Isn't that right, Eric?
I'll work on it.
Very nice. As long as if you're gonna write, just make sure you do it where we're watching and we can watch you like fly up to the clouds. It's pretty fun. So.
Yeah, I was trying to put on a show for the people.
But
I told him. I said that's enough of that because I'm the one.
Right, that's Ryan's job. He's trying to put Ryan in the unemployment line.
I'm trying to patent the Air Taco Award wherever I go.
Not only did I ruin his race, now I'm stealing his job.
Yeah, for real.
All right, that's crazy. So Ryan, you car number 23, started 23rd and finished 23rd. That's pretty impressive.
I feel like I need to get a lottery ticket, even though I was unlucky enough to get in the wreck there.
Yeah. It's just how these things go. Obviously, you were a Championship 4 contender last season, though, so definitely know you got some speed elsewhere. And as we go to Las Vegas next week, definitely kind of getting into the bread and butter with the intermediates.
I feel pretty confident with Las Vegas. Bonehead move last season, though, but gonna try to avoid doing that this year and let the race settle in because I feel like I have pretty decent speed enough to get a top 10 for sure. Hopefully, climb on that. So
absolutely. Well, it's a long season. Got 15 more races, and looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. You guys put on a great show tonight, and looking forward to more of the same next Monday or Tuesday. Oh, jeez. Yeah. We do a lot. We got a lot on our schedule, but glad to be back, fellas.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yep.
Always put on a great broadcast.
Thank you. Alrighty. We have kicked off Season 8 in style. Art, your final thoughts on the race tonight?
You know, knowing that you might not be back next week, I think we did a good job, bringing the season back in for LSRL.
Obviously, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus, do some behind-the-scenes work, get everything set up for Brandon Richard, who filled in for us last night as well. He'll be coming over and helping out while I'm on parental leave for a while. I got first kid on the way. So I'll still be finishing out Monday night. We only have 3 races left there, or actually 2 races left there. And then I'll still be doing Rod Car, but just going to take a step back from the Tuesday night side of things and focus on trying to figure out how to become a dad. So that'll be fun. But yeah, great race here tonight. 3 cautions, 4 of the stage breaks are right on that average with the cautions per race. Glenn Murphy Jr., winner tonight. Got some new faces, new teams, and looking forward to a fantastic season here this year. Take you through the rest of the race results real quick, and we'll call it a night. Ends up with 20 cars on the lead lap. Anthony Giuliano, first car 1 lap down, and then everyone that was kind of involved in the wrecks here tonight or had issues technically, all the way down to Clay Dildine in the 30th position, involved in our very first wreck of the evening. But 30 competitors off and running, and we look forward to seeing them back at Las Vegas next Tuesday night. Next up for us is this Friday night, Rod Car, final race of the regular season, setting the field for the playoff push. And then next Monday night, the round of 8 finale for the Affinity Racing Series. And then next Tuesday, round number 2 of the LSRL Xfinity Series. So got a bunch on our plate, and looking forward to seeing everybody back here Friday night. Hey, y'all take care, stay safe, and we'll see you Friday night.